So, continuing our 2019 snowbird adventures, we leave the Tucson Mountain Park here and double back going west down to this junction here at 3 points, then take Highway 286 south down into Buenos Aires National Wildlife Refuge. And we set up camp. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, right about here is where we're going to set up camp. So let's go. Good morning, folks. Ray from loveyourrv.com. Today I'm coming to you from Buenos Aires National Wildlife Refuge. Been here about 5 days now doing some dry camping. They have quite a few campsites here, and they have some that larger rigs can get into. This is one here. So this is about 60 miles from Tucson over towards the west. And it's like a high desert. We're at 3,600 feet. High desert grasslands. Very kind of remote feeling. Wide open spaces, big sky country. Really like it. Kind of really off the grid here. There's one little small town close to it that we're going to go into today. It's supposed to have a general store, so we'll go check that out. And there's a few, a hiking trail over there that goes along kind of a creek that's part of the National Wildlife Refuge as well. There's a visitor center here, and a few, kind of a loop drive. There's supposed to be some pronghorn antelope around. But there's lots of coyotes, bobcat, javelina, a lot of birds, a lot of different types of birds down here. I'll link to a post and video I did a couple years ago when we came here. And we actually went and visited nearby Kitt Peak Observatory, which is maybe about a half-hour drive or so to the north. This beautiful morning. We've had a couple windy days and we had some rain even. That's really made for some beautiful dramatic skies. Really wetted the desert down, so it's really nice today. So if you go to the wildlife website and click maps, you'll find it there, a downloadable PDF of the wildlife refuge. So I'll just sort of show you a few things here where we're going to go today and give you some footage of. So we're camped, so let me zoom in a bit. Yeah, we're camped right along this road here. It's a dirt road, but it's very flat, fairly wide. 2 vehicles can pass, but there's some larger campsites here. Like we have a 30-foot fifth wheel, and the campsite we chose, I think it was 41. You could fit probably 3 rigs in there. And that road's pretty good all the way down there. Also, the road down here is not too bad. Some of these other ones can be iffy. We went down one the first time we came to the refuge a few years ago. We went down one and it was kind of a single track, and I ended up having to back quite a ways out of it because I ended up running into a low point, like a wash that was full of water. So if in doubt, there's places you can park the rig and then drive your truck or tow vehicle in to explore, but definitely this line along here is pretty good. If you head down, first thing to do, head down to the visitor center here. It's easy access off the highway, and they have a staffed visitor center with all sorts of information and maps, and they even have a book with photos of the campsites, and all the campsites are numbered. Just some information there for you. There's also a hike you can do in this Brown Canyon up here. We didn't do it because there was only on Saturday. It's a guided hike. You can't go in there. You have to go on a guided tour, but it's supposed to be a really nice hike up there. And they have information about that at the visitor center as well. But what we're going to do today is we're going to leave our site here and drive into town just to show you some of the amenities in there, where to get stuff. So we're going to go into Arivaca here, and there's a general mercantile store. It's a really tiny town, just one little main street, but there's a mercantile store, and it has pretty good fresh produce, pretty well all the food and stuff you need. You can get propane there as well. Then we're going to drive a little bit out of town to an RV park. I think it was Universal Ranch. Anyway, I went and spoke to the owner there, and you can go and dump and fill at the RV park for $10. So you can dump your waste tanks and get fresh water. I think to stay there is around $25. But he's not always there, so it's best maybe to go. I'll link to the website. You give him a call or a text, and he'll make sure someone's there to take the money. There's also, his wife runs a little restaurant in front of the RV park, and I saw a sign saying in the evening they have for dinner they have soul food. So then we went back into the town here, and they have a one little kind of restaurant bar. It says oldest bar in Arizona, and yeah, we had some green chili cheeseburgers there. They were pretty good. After that, we're going to drive back down to the refuge here and do the Pronghorn Drive, which is it's a pretty good graded dirt road that takes you on a drive, and you can look for wildlife around the drive, but it has really nice views of the rolling countryside, the grasslands, and then the mountains over to the west of it. You can see the shaded areas here, dark green, are where there's no hunting allowed, because there is people go and they hunt for deer and even javelina and stuff on this refuge. And the lighter green, they can do that, but in the dark green, there's no hunting allowed. One nice trail is this Arivaca Creek Trail. There's nice big trees in there and kind of a little creek and a lot of wildlife and birds. This is a big birding area. A lot of people come down here to bird watch. Anyway, let's get to the footage. Just on the Pronghorn Drive in the National Refuge. They have a little herd of pronghorn antelope here. Hopefully we can see them, but it's a big area, so I thought I'd stop here and give you a look around. It's just gorgeous. With the rolling hills of grassland. I guess in the spring and summer all these trees will green up. Let's Still pretty neat looking this time of year. Continue our search. Thought I'd stop and give you a shot of where we're camped. This is the main road in. You can see a little trailer going in right now. And then just on that ridge there's a road that goes in along that ridge, and I'll show you where we are. That little white speck is the cougar there, camped right in there along that ridge, so you can see lots of elbow room. There we are. Well, never did find the antelope. I talked to the volunteer rangers there, and they said there's around 12. They're trying to bring them back. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. Dropped by the visitor center, and looks like a lot of wildlife has been spotted. Coyotes and bobcat, javelina, lots of different birds. So we're just finishing up the day here, deciding we're going to leave tomorrow. We've been here about a week. Want to get moving on, but I definitely think I'll come back to this spot. Really like it. Nice and quiet, peaceful. Till next time, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Cheers, everyone. Thanks a lot for watching. Mr. Jackrabbit, you've got really big ears. Look at you.
It's beautiful.